ADD and ADHD, there are 18 symptoms. 9 are hyperactive compulsive, that's fidgeting, can't sit still, cutting people off, blurting out, emotional impulsivity, things like that. And then there's inattentiveness, that's time management, forgetting things, not meeting deadlines, easily distracted, right? And you have to have 5 of those symptoms being heightened more than a normal person in your all of your everyday life. So it can't just be when you're at work or when you're at school. It has to be in every task of your life you're feeling 5 or more of these symptoms, right? So if you do have ADD or ADHD, it is probably because there's not a lot of science that says this is a brain disease. A lot of it has to do with dopamine, but a lot of it has to do with the stress that you were in when you were younger. Because if your mother was stressed while you were pregnant, or if there was a stressful environment while your brain was developing, if you're 1 year old and you're in a stressful environment, what are you doing to protect yourself? Are you running away from it? Are you going into your room and locking the door? No, your brain has to literally, disassociate and do things to protect your serenity. So that is a lot where it's coming from. It's a lot trauma based, right? And it's an 8 on the heritability. Height and schizophrenia also have an 8 when it comes to heritability. But if something is passed down, that gene still has to be turned on. There might be a higher likelihood for that gene to turn on, but a gene still has to be turned on, right? So something in the environment has turned on that gene. Now we have trouble doing certain things. So what are the natural ways to fix it? Because stimulants don't work for every single person. It works for some brains. It doesn't work for others. Because ADHD is hypersensitivity. You're being overstimulated. So to have more stimulants, some people say that's not the best thing. Some people the stimulants work really well for. Exercise is super important. Having deadlines is super important. When people have deadlines with ADHD, they're actually able to meet those deadlines if the deadlines have consequences that are severe enough. So make the consequence severe enough that you will hit that shit. Things that are interesting to you. If you're doing something that is not of interest, that ADHD is going to kick in. You have the ability to hyper focus if it's something is interesting and challenging enough. But a lot of the ADD kicks in the schools and the work where it's something that we're not really interested in. Supplement fish oil because the omega-3s and the EPAs are going to be super great for the brain, super great for focus, helps a lot of people with ADD. Also tyrosine because that's a precursor to dopamine. That's also going to help with the ADD. Meditation is number 1, and a lot of people would say they can't meditate when they have ADD because they get discouraged, their mind gets too distracted or whatever. Try to overstimulate your mind so your mind gets tired. If a kid needs to sit down, you finna have them go to the playground for 2 hours, go into a cafeteria for 30 minutes and try to listen to every single sound that you can. Or a public space, listen to every sound like you were Superman, right? When you fixate on every single sound, your mind is gonna get tired and eventually it's just gonna wanna relax, bro. And then that's where you get into your meditation, at least 5 to 10 minutes a day.